Hello folks and welcome again. Today I wanted to touch on just the very basics of the Native American style flute and what makes it so easy to play, and I think a really big reason why people tend to start playing the flute. It's a very easy instrument to play. Almost every single one of us at some point in our time probably played the recorder. There's always like an ongoing joke about we all played hot cross buns in elementary school at some point with the recorder. I think that's going away more and more now. But, you know, when I first started playing the Native American flute, I just kind of picked it right up. And that's probably because I had a head start. I've been playing music for a very, very, very long time. And I was gifted a flute for my wedding by my mother-in-law. And I thought it was kind of hokey and kind of silly. You know, I'm a little bit Native American and I'm a musician, so she gave me a flute. She thought it'd be really cool. And it was really cool. And it dramatically changed my life, actually. I didn't think so at the time, though. So what's really neat about the flute is there's no embouchure. And by embouchure, I mean, you know, with other wind instruments, you have to have some sort of mouth position. You have to, you know, do that kind of thing. With this flute, it's just end blown. You could literally put this up to a baby's mouth and they could blow on it and it'll make a sound. What gives it its sound is this little thing on top here. There's a little air passage in between here, and the way this works, you take this right off and you have these two little this little air chamber here, right? So air comes through here and it comes up from here, and then you put this block on, and then there's this really little air, very narrow passageway for air to come out, and you put it just right in front of that hole and sound comes out. It's basically the same physics as when you were a kid and you had a pop bottle and you would blow on it and make that sound, that little whistle sound. It's the same kind of thing. So first of all, you could just make a sound right away. As long as your block is positioned right, you're making sound. You're already making music. Then there's a very, very, very basic scale, and it's called pentatonic minor, but you don't even need to know what that means or what it's called or anything. As long as you know the basic fingerings, you could start. Now, a lot of flutes are 5-hole flutes. This is a 6-hole flute. And if you just want to play the very basic scale, you will keep your finger right there all the time. In fact, some flutes even come with a leather tie right there. I call it the training wheels. And then when you're ready to explore more, you could take that off. But if you don't ever want to, you could either put a tie there and just cover up that hole forever, or you could just leave your finger right there forever. So with pentatonic minor, penta meaning 5 plus one extra note being the octave, and the octave is just a higher version of the lower version, you just learn how to play the very basic scale. And once you learn how to play that, you're kind of off to the races. So the pentatonic minor scale is such a great scale because you could start or stop wherever you want. It always resolves, and it's really pretty. It's just always nice, you know? So you don't have to really be a songwriter. You can start improvising right away. And the biggest challenge is just to get your muscle memory down so you know where to go, right? So the pentatonic minor scale, and I'll show it on the screen here, but you just start here. That's the first note. Take the first finger off, second finger off, third finger off. Remember, you leave that ring finger there, and you go up, and you go up one more time. That's it. Those are all the notes that you get on here, right? There are some extended notes. You can go higher and stuff like that. That's for another lesson. But just to get started, you just play. You just go up the flute and down the flute. That's it. So those are all the positions. Now you can go up and down and just do that, but it's important to realize the positions that you have. So this is first position, second position, third position, fourth position, fifth position, and sixth position. So when you really start cooking, you start to put everything in different positions, right? So you can go to 1, You know, you just keep going wherever you like to go, right? So 1, 5, 6, 4, you know, you just keep going, and you start to improvise, and now you're songwriting, right? So if you just stick to those positions, you're playing and you're improvising, and now you're a flute player. It's going to be a little difficult at first, right? You want to keep your hands flat. I've already said that in another video, but you want to use the pads of your fingers just put over there, you know. You don't want to squeeze your flute. You want to relax and just blow into the flute. You're making music. It's very, very, very easy. So many people who never thought they'd ever play an instrument of any kind, they're playing the flute. It's easy. It really is easy. So you just learn the very basics, and I don't expect you to be good right away. You probably won't be. Like I said, I had a head start. I've already been playing guitar and singing and playing drums and doing all sorts of stuff for over 20 years before I picked up the flute. So this is a very elementary instrument. You can do wild things on it, and you can make it something not elementary at all. But just to get started, it's extremely easy. So if you've never played an instrument in your entire life, you're like, there's no way I can do it. I'm not going to learn guitar. I'm not going to learn piano. I'm not going to do all this. No problem. You could get a flute entry level for about 75, 80 bucks, all the way up to thousands of dollars. It all depends. This is in the key of A. This is usually the key that people start with. Smaller flute, you know, really, really, really easy to play. So it's not out of your reach right away. You don't have to really struggle. But you just learn the very, very basic scale, and you're literally playing music right away. You know, even if you don't improvise, even if you just go up and down the scale and that's all you do. You're playing music. It's beautiful. Now you could start to incorporate embellishments and stuff like that. I have other videos on different kinds of embellishments, and I'll be making more as well. But just to get started, you're playing, and then you just use all those different positions and improvise. I made a song, made it up right here on the spot. So like I said, it's very, very, very easy to get started. Don't think that you can't play music, because you can. This is easier to play than the recorder. I guarantee it. I personally believe that this is the easiest instrument to learn how to play. I play several instruments. I'm sure there's something that's probably easier than this that I'm missing, but this is extremely easy. If you just want something to play, you want a hobby, you want to play music you've always wanted to, you should pick up a flute. You really, really, really should. There's lots of wonderful makers out there. This flute right here is made by David O'Neill of Rising Moon Flutes. He's a wonderful flute maker out of North Carolina. Like I said, there's so many great, great, great makers and lots of really good resources. You can get a used flute at Horizon Flute Store from Johnny Lipford. Him and his wife have an incredible flute store online. They sell new flutes and used flutes. Lots of education stuff over there as well. But if you just want to get started, you want to be a musician, never thought you could, even in the privacy of your own home, start to play the flute. And believe it or not, you'll be wanting to play at Christmas and Thanksgiving and other things like that in front of your friends and family, I guarantee it. So play music, grab a flute. It's a blast. I promise you, and you'll probably get one, and then all of a sudden you'll be having all of these flutes, because most people that start to play the flute, they develop a little habit, and you start getting more and more flutes. So play flute, everybody. Just wanted to have this video today, or make this video today, and just show you how easy this is, and that you could start playing music right away. We should all be playing music. If you have that little thing in the back of your head that says, hey, I'd always want to do that, you should start. It really is that easy. It's not a lot of time in your day to start to learn, and you could spend hours and hours and hours once you learn having a blast by yourself on the fishing boat, out in the woods, for your family and friends, whatever it might be. It just really is a great gift to be able to play music of any kind. no matter what skill level you're at. It's just a wonderful, wonderful thing and very enriching in your life and the people around you. So I recommend it. Just wanted to give you some encouragement to play some music. Native American style flute, everybody. I love you so much. Y'all have a great, great, great day. Please like, share, and subscribe. Bye, guys.